In this video I'm going to show you how to install the ULX web-based system. Before you do anything, you should edit your config file. Now firstly, you need to add your server's FTP information. You should already have this because you would have had to upload the ULX first. In case you don't, you need to ask your server provider. Now I'm going to add my information, which I have here. The host name will be your server. Now this can be an address like ftp@cloudslocks.com, or it can be an IP address. It doesn't really matter. Then your username, which is pretty obvious. Your password, I'm obviously not going to enter my password. And your directory to your guysmod.data/ulib, which you'll need to log on to find. I'm going to log on to my FTP on my host. I'm going to navigate to my guysmod data file, ulib. Once you're in the file, you should be able to see your bands.txt file. Then you simply need to copy the directory at the top, which is here, and paste it directly into your config file, which is here, your FTP directory. Make sure you leave a trailing slash on the end here, so I will navigate correctly. Then you need to add your server's IP, port and ARCOM password. You can simply get this as it should be in your favourites, or wherever it would be. Now the IP address is this part here, the front part before the semicolon or colon here. Copy that, copy problem, and paste it to your IP, and then do exactly the same for the port. But make sure you do not include the colon. Then enter your server password, which will be already, but that would have changed by the time I upload this video. You also need to make a MySQL database. Now you need to log into your web host's program, whatever it is. It's normally PHP admin or something like that, and create a database, which for me is here. I'm going to create a new database and call it ULX. Same with the username, and use a random password. Add your database name and password to your config. Database name is at the bottom. Now it is my local host, so I don't need to change that. But if you're using a database that isn't on your web host, you need to make sure that you change the host to your IP addresses. The host to your host's IP address. His name is the same, I believe. Yep. And same with the password, which is pretty simple. Once you've done that, you can just save it, and then you need to log on to your PHP myadmin, which I've forgotten the username. That's my username. There should be a space there. Log on to your PHP myadmin. Go to your database and import. Browse to where you saved all these files. Which for me, I'm just going to copy it, I've already got it open. And upload tables.sql and press go. Now that's been imported successfully, so you don't need to worry about that anymore. Now you need to go onto your web host's FTP and upload everything apart from tables.sql. You don't need to upload that, so I'm just going to delete it to make sure that I don't upload it unnecessarily. You need to navigate to where you wish to upload your system. That's it. Jump here, and navigate to your system. To navigate the system on your computer. And I've already uploaded it if you haven't noticed, but I'm going to upload it again as I think that's an older version. This is uploaded. You can go onto your God, I've named it now. If you haven't noticed, I'm really just doing this very quickly as I haven't got much time before I've got to go out. Now, once you first load your system, it will have warning files. This is because there's no bans.txt file for it to read. Now, before you can add the bans.txt file, you need to make sure that you make your UPDATE.PHP writable. For me, is kind of easy. Or it would be better if you could make it chmod 777, which, if you noticed here, is 0777 for permission. But it just needs to be writable, I believe. And you can update your bans. But at the moment, it won't be able to connect because I haven't used the correct password for my FTP. So I'm going to go on to one that I've installed on a different web host, which is working. Now, if you've noticed, once it's uploaded, it can list everything very nicely, and the update bans will update. You do have to manually update the bans by pressing update bans. If it gets popular enough, I will probably update that so it's automatic, and also generally improve it. Now, if you want to log in to the system so you can ban people on the server and unban them, simply press login up here. The default user will be admin for the username and password for the password, but I've already logged on, so I'm going to use a user which I have made. Now, there's two permission levels. One, so they can access the admin panel, which are on at the moment, which you can use by add users here. I'm going to add a new user. Let's just say test. Password shall be test1. Save changes and go back. If you've noticed, the permission level set automatically is permission level 1. Now, once you've logged in, first of all, you will be using the admin for the username. Now, it's best if you delete that user first of all. So I'm going to say that, let's say my old account here, we'll say LTD, is admin. So what I want to do first is change the permission level on my new account to 2, so that I can log on to the admin panel again. So on here, and then I want to delete the old account, as if you leave admin on, it's likely that other people will be able to access the bans system. Now that user's deleted, it makes her come back and log on again. Now I'm going to show that my old account has actually been deleted. Username and password combination is wrong, so I can't log in. And my new user, test, I think it was test1. No, it wasn't, it was test. Password was test1. Can log in. Permission level 2. And then there's the web bans, which you can go straight onto, and ban people. Now I'm going to use ban by name. The user must be online to use this, but I'm now going to ban myself. So just bear with me as I show this. It's also turned into a tutorial, well, not a tutorial, turned into how to show you to use it. But I need to do this anyway, and I don't have time to make 2 videos. So I'm going to log on, connect to my server. It's on DDoS2 for some reason. once you've got onto your bands file, which is this, you can ban by name. These must be online, as I've said, to have to ban them by name. You can ban by Steam ID. This is obvious. You just need the Steam ID and you can ban them no matter what. And you can unban a player. You have to have the Steam ID, I believe, to use this. So I've only allowed you to unban by Steam ID. I can update this later on to whatever needs, I don't know. I've only really made this very quick and very basically. And I didn't mean to go here. See if I've logged on. Yes, I'm connected. Now I'm connected very nicely. So let's use a web ban. I'm going to ban myself. Time, let's say 60 minutes. Reason will be test. Now before I do this, I need to get my Steam ID so I can unban myself later on. Just there. And ban player. Now you need to wait for a null to come at the bottom to show that the command has been run. Once null comes up, the command has been run. Have you noticed I'm banned? So now I'm banned. I need to unban myself. I need to get my Steam ID. And I banned myself for 60 minutes, if you remember, which I should do. I do need to update this. I think it depends how popular it gets. Now I'm going to unban myself with my Steam ID. Unban player. For the nulls come up, so I should now be able to connect to the server once again. And here I am, connected. Now, just for the sake of it, I'm also going to ban myself with my Steam ID to show that that works. Ban by Steam ID. Steam ID time, so it'll be 60 minutes again. That means it'll be test Steam ID ban. Going to press ban. Null's not come up, so it's not been banned yet. And null will now have come up. See? Yep. So it shows that I'm banned and this Steam ID has been banned and so on. That's the end of this video.